Hello there, how are you doing these days? Hopefully well. Today I've got some sweet revenge stories for you, so sit back, relax, and relish on the sweet nectar of vengeance. For the first on the list, the bully gets PTSD. I just want to inform you that this story depicts violence. If you're not into that, probably best to move on to the next story. This story is posted by Reddit user Denachius. Am I saying that right? Next time, it's lead and not paint. Back in the winter, or maybe late fall of 2004-2005, one of my friends, Victor, the victim, had an issue with bullying by Chad. I can't remember what the bullying was, I only remember the most epic and nuclear of reactions. Victor attempted suicide and spent weeks out of school before coming back. So this bullying led to a fistful of prescription pills and Victor getting his stomach pumped in the ER. Not your garden variety bullying. After months of attempts of doing things the right way unsuccessfully, we planned our attack. And yes, I consider it an attack. Before anyone suggests he could have shot his eye out, we discussed that possibility. None of us cared if that was the outcome. Quite simply, we waited until Victor was documented to be at work late one night. Our posse, 4 of us, gathered up a bunch of paintball guns and equipment, forced camo, dark clothes, and jumped the bully in his driveway when he was getting home. We unloaded on him with paintballs, not giving 2 shits about whether or not we shot his eyes out. By the end, he was rolling covering his face while getting repeatedly shot point blank. We left a note on under his windshield wipers. Next time will be lead. Leave Victor alone, or you're dead. Wow, they even made a poem for it. I hope they're not trying to romanticize what they just did. That's some disturbing stuff right there if it is. We also took a bunch of tire irons to his car and smashed the hell out of it. Good thing we were wearing full masks because of the little bits of glass flying everywhere. CSI being a thing at all, we used a new pack of note cards sealed in plastic, gloves, and deliberately evil-looking handwriting that was less handwriting and more drawings with red ink. Holy crap! How old were they to think of doing something like this? When he finally showed up at school, he looked like he had been sent through a meat grinder. He was absolutely covered in blue and black welts, and had several bandages on quite a few spots where the skin had been broken. Needless to say, the cops were called on the incident, and there was a big thing in the morning where the cops went into every homeroom class and asked if anyone knew anything about it. The cops tried to guilt us into confessing, having no clue who actually did it. They brought up shit like he could have lost his vision if his eyes had gotten hit, the issue that he may get permanent scars. They eventually showed pictures in the ER of his blood mixing with the paintball paint from the welts being so numerous they were on top of each other. The guilt trip strategy to invoke a confession was a good one, except none of us actually felt guilty. Being the smartasses we were, we pointed the finger at Victor and one other friend who we knew had an alibi, which is work. And talking about committing crime with impunity here. It was jumpy and never the same. I straight up think we gave him a fairly moderate dose of PTSD from the attack. Like we seriously psychologically damaged him. After a few months, he moved and didn't tell anyone where. I think his parents just straight up left town with the kid and he may or may not have graduated elsewhere. Personally, I don't think the bully deserved that extreme amount of retribution that came his way. But then again, he also had it coming. I just wish they went easier on him. Or maybe that's the point. They went hard on him to send a message. I mean, bullying someone into suicide is most definitely not okay. But so is giving someone PTSD. What do you guys think? Leave a comment. Now for our next story, Opie's cousin loves donkeys a little too much. This story is from Reddit user TheBonus1996. Call took me out of the closet. Let me spill your own terrible awful into the world. I will be honest, this story is not mine, but about my 2 cousins, Alex and Steve. My mother is originally from a small town in the coastal region of my country. She left when she married my dad, but her 2 sisters stayed in the town. Alex is one of the sons of my youngest aunt. Steve is the son of my oldest. When they grew up, both moved into a big city in the region for college, but took way different paths. Alex went into an art-focused career and after 2 semesters came out as gay, while Steve went STEM and bathed himself in the machismo homophobic culture of the region. You can guess they were not exactly close, and as far as gossip goes, they pretty much hated each other. As far as Alex's sexuality went, it was a well-known secret among the cousins and his brothers, teens and young adults, pretty much people with social media basically, but was never acknowledged in front of my grandma, the other adults, or even his own parents. That was the context. Now let's go to the drama that unleashed on December 2017 at our family's Christmas party that, as always, took place in my grandma's old townhouse. By midnight, Steve was drunk and looking for a fight, and he thought Alex would be the perfect prey. While not the exact words, you could say that this was a statement he shouted in the middle of the dance floor. Hey, Alex, where is your girlfriend? I don't see her around. Yeah, you don't have one. Why is that? Hey auntie, you know why your son didn't bring a girlfriend? Haven't you heard? Oh, that's because he's a sissy faggot. He fucks guys. Or not. He lets guys fuck him. Like the little bitch is. Alex was speechless. And so was the rest of the family, including my grandma. Even the musicians stopped playing music. But before someone could even say something against Alex, he threw the bomb. Alex says, "At least I fuck with humans, but let's not forget that your first girlfriend was the neighbor's donkey. You even tried to force me to fuck her once, didn't you?"
Jesus Christ, what a comeback! Oh man.
And all hell went loose. You see, in this particular area of my country, there is the extended myth that some men, especially teenagers, commit bestiality with donkeys, and in rural areas, it's not entirely untrue. But it obviously is never spoken that openly or casually, especially when there are outsiders present. You know, like Steve's girlfriend from college we had invited.
Oh boy.
The poor girl literally threw up in the middle of the party while she started soothing herself and crying like there was no tomorrow. To make an already long story a little shorter, my parents, thankfully my dad doesn't drink and could drive, offered to take her back to the city. We left the party in the mid of shouting, punches, someone fading at some point, and whatnot. But I would not post this if this had ended there. Steve's now ex-girlfriend told what had happened to her city friends, to her parents, and basically anyone who would like to hear it. Steve was already known as the donkey fucker all around campus before he had even come back from vacation, and his social life crumbled to dust.
What a nickname.
There was also a lot of cyberbullying involved, and he ended up quitting university. He went back to the old town and is currently the owner of a bar. He also married a local woman, if anyone wonders what happened to his love life. On the other hand, Alex ended school and he stayed in the city as a designer. His homosexuality was basically overlooked by everyone, for obvious reasons. And he is in fact my very Catholic grandma's favorite grandson. The funny part of it all, with time, this has been basically thrown under the rug in my family. We still hold Christmas parties at the old townhouse. Alex and Steve keep their distances but can actually speak to each other without murderous intent, and we all agreed to forget what happened in December 2017. No one's gonna forget that. You're just keeping silent about it. Also, the whole world knows it now because Steve's girlfriend told it to every person she knew. I wonder if Steve browses Reddit. Steve, if you're watching this, you had it coming, man. You messed with Alex first. Anyhow, that's gonna be it for today. As usual, links are down in the description below. If you have a story of your own that you'd like to share, send it over at iveeffedup@gmail.com. Also, like, subscribe, and hit that bell button. And as always, I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!